Okay, welcome to Calculus Part 2 review po natin. So, simulan na po natin. So, try nyo din pong sagutan, okay, as I do some discussion here. Number 1, relation A, 366348884. Relation B, 21222324. Okay, identify whether relation A and relation B are functions or not. Compare the two relations by explaining why is a function and the other is not. So anong una natin gagawin? Aalamin muna natin if what is the domain. Since in order for us to identify whether two relations or a relation is a function by determining their domain. So paano hahanapin yung domain? Hahanapin yung domain using the x values. So sa relation A, ang domain ay 3, 4, 6, 8. While the domain of relation B is 2, lahat 2. Okay? So walang 1, no? So dapat 2 lang yung domain nito. Okay? Since sa domain A walang umulit na element, this is a function. Sa domain B, isa lang po yung element which is 2 lang dapat to, wala ng 1. So umulit ng 4 na beses, this is not a function. Okay? So ito po ang isasagot natin. Hanapin si domain muna. Pag walang umulit, it is a function. Pero pag umulit po ang domain, it is not a function. How about this one? Okay, try nyo po if relation A is a function or not. If relation B is a function or not, then yun, compare lang po. Okay, we'll give you 10 seconds. Okay, so ano yung domain ni relation A? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Meron bang umulit na domain? Na elements? Wala. It is a function. How about relation B? May umulit ba sa domain? Meron. And that is 2. Since umulit yung 2 ng dalawang beses, it is not a function. Number 3. Given f of x is equal to 7x minus 5 and g of x is equal to 3x minus 8. Determine f composite g of x and g composite of f of x, then simplify your answer. So anong una nga natin hahanapin? Una muna is si f composite of g of x. Now para sa f composite of g of x, it is also the same as f of g of x. Sino ang magiging input? The g of x. What is the value of g of x? 3x minus 8. So ito na po yung formula natin. Now, anong gagawin dito? Lahat ng value ng x na nasa f of x, papalitan natin ng 3x minus 8. So ang gagawin nyo muna, kopyahin si 7x minus 5, tapos yung x na yon papalitan nyo ng 3x minus 8. That is your f of g of x. And then simplify. 7 times 3x is 21x. 7 times negative 8 is negative 56. Then bring down the negative 5. Combine like terms. Ano yung like terms natin? Itong constant terms. So negative 56 at negative 5. Iko-combine na po natin. And the f composite g of x is 21x minus 61. And this is the answer for this item. Now, hahanapin natin naman si g composite of f of x. This is the formula. G composite of f of x is also the same as g of f of x. What is our input? The input now is the f of x. So, palitan natin yung f of x. Ito ay magiging g of 7x minus 5. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Ibig sabihin na ito ang ipapalit natin sa x na nasa second function. Ano yung second function? 3x minus 8. Yung x po ay, okay, palitan muna natin. So dapat, yung g natin ay 3x minus 8. So ito dapat ay 3. Ato, yung ipapasok natin sa 7x minus 5, then minus 8 tayo. Okay, then compute po natin. 3 times 7x is 21x. And 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Ayan, negative 15 and bring down 8. And then simplify further to get 21x. Negative 15 minus 8 is negative 23. This is now your g of f of x. See the difference. So again, this is your f of x. Okay. Okay, so kung babalikan po natin, we have, okay, where are we? Ayan. So kung babalikan po natin, our f composite of g of x will now be, so again, we have, ito po, 21x minus 61. And our g of f of x is now, ayan, and that is 21x minus 3. So ulitin lang po natin na nasa f composite of g of x, yung g of x is our input, bali ipapasok natin yung value ni g of x sa value ng x ni f of x. Okay? So sa g of f of x naman, f of x will be our function or will be our the value of x ng g of x. Kaya yung f of x ang ipinasok po natin sa g of x. Kaya magkaiba po yung sagot. How about number 4? Sige nga po, try nyo po for 10 seconds. Hanapin lang po muna sa f composite of g of x. So this is our given. F of x is 2x plus 3 and the g of x is equal to x minus 4. What is f of g of x? We all know that the f composite of g of x is f of g of x. Okay? And yung g of x natin again is x minus 4. So si x minus 4 ay ipapasok natin sa x ni f of x. 10 seconds go. Okay, so check natin na if you're doing well. So again, ipapasok natin yung x minus 4 sa f of x, kaya magiging 2 times x minus 4 plus 3. So ito na po yung x nat ng f of x kanina. Naging g of x na. Then, simplify natin. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Bring down 3. Combine like terms. Our like term is negative 8 plus 3. And that is negative 5. So that is the answer. Okay, how about for the g of f of x? Okay, so to find the g of f of x, meron tayong g of f of x, right? And our input now is the f of x. So papalitan natin yung f of x ng 2x plus 3. So ang gagawin niyo po, itong 2x plus 3, ipapasok niyo sa x ni g of x. And our g of x is equal to x minus 4. 10 seconds go. Okay, time is up. So again, ipapasok natin yung 2x plus 3 sa g of x. And that is 2x plus 3 minus 4. Ito yung g of x natin, di ba? Etong x na to, magiging 2x plus 3 na siya. Kaya naging ganito pa. And combine like terms. The like terms are 3 and negative 4. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. And this is your g of f of x. Number 5. So given f of x plus 5, yung g of x naman ay 3x minus 2. So hahanapin natin yung dalawa. So simulan po natin sa f of g of x. What is the input? The input is g of x. What is g of x? 3x minus 2. Ipasok natin. Now itong 3x minus 2, ito na po ang magiging x ni f of x. So try nyo po for 10 seconds. Go. Okay, so ipasok natin kung tama pa yung sagot ninyo. So itong 3x minus 2 will be now the x of f of x. Ito na yung x ni x plus 5. Bring down 5. Combine like terms, negative 2 plus 5 is positive 3. This is now your f of g of x. How about for the g of f of x? Our new function now is the x plus 5. Ito naman po ang ipapasok natin sa value ng x ni g of x. Now your turn, 5 seconds, 10 seconds go. Okay. So ipapasok natin itong x plus 5 sa g of x. Ito ay magiging, what is our g of x? 3x minus 2. So itong x na nasa 3x minus 2 magiging x plus 5. This is your 3x minus 2. Then, simplify po natin. Distribute 3x, then 3 times 5, 15. Bring down negative 2. Combine like terms. 15 minus 2 is 13. This is now your g of f of x. Number 6. How about this one? Given f of x and g of x. What is f of g of x and the g of f of x? Try nyo po yung f of g of x first. So, papalitan natin ng negative 5x minus 1. 10 seconds go. Okay. So, ito ipapasok natin sa negative 6x plus 10. Itong x magiging negative 5x minus 1. Kaya naging ganito pa. Then format or distribute pala. Negative 6 times negative 5. X is 30x. Negative 6 times negative 1 is positive 6. Bring down the 10. Combine like terms to get 30x plus 16. How about for the g of f of x? Your f of x will be negative 6x plus 10. Ito ang ipapasok natin sa g of x. 10 seconds go. Okay, so ipapasok natin sa negative 5x minus 1. This is now the x of g of x. Then, simplify po natin. Negative 5 times negative 6x is positive 30x. Negative 5 times positive 10 is negative 50. Minus 1 is negative 51. This is now your g of f of x. Number 7. How about this given function? So, tatlong hahanapin. Dinagdagan po natin ng f of g of 2. So, simulan natin sa f of g of x. Your g of x will be x plus 1. Ipapasok po natin sa x squared. So, magiging square root of x plus 1. Then, distribute or FOIL method. The square of x is x squared. X times 1 is x, double to get 2x. And the square of 1 is 1. This is now your f of g of x. How about for the g of f of x? So our input now will become x squared. So si x squared ipapasok natin sa x plus 1. And the answer is x squared plus 1. How about for the f of g of 2? So titingnan po natin ito, f of g of x. Bali lahat ng x na nandito, papalitan natin ng 2. So equation becomes, okay, so itong kukunin natin. Papalitan na po natin ng 2. So meron tayong 2 squared plus 2 times 2 plus 1, or that is 4 times plus 4 plus 1, or 9. 9 is the answer. How about for this function? For the f of g of x, our input is 4x plus 3. Ito ay ipapasok natin sa 5x squared. So this is your 5x squared. Ito na yung x natin. Then simplify natin. The square root of 4x plus 3 is 16x squared plus 24x plus 9. Then distribute. 5 times 16 x squared is 80x squared. 5 times 24x is 120x. And 5 times 9 is 45. This is now your f of g of x. For the g of f of x naman, our input is 5x squared. At ang 5x squared ipapasok natin sa g of x. So magiging 4 times 5x squared plus 3. This is the x value of g. Then simplify, 4 times 5 is 20. X squared, bring down 3. Ito na po yung sagot. For the last unknown, which is the g of f of 5, gagamitin natin to. This is your g of f of 5. Yung x na nandito, magiging 5. So 20 times 5 squared plus 3 is, so ito na siya, 20 times 25 plus 3, or that is 503. 503 is the answer. Number 9. A school charges 150 pesos for each workbook purchased. In addition, a fixed processing fee of 250 is added to the total cost. Let g of x be 150x, represent the cost of the workbooks, and the f of x represent the total amount to be paid. Determine the total amount of student will pay for 6 workbooks by evaluating f composite g of x. So f composite g of x yung formula po natin at yung input natin ay g of x and that is 150x. Tapos itong 150x ipapasok natin sa f of x. So yung formula ay 150x plus 250. Now sabi dito, bumili yung estudyante ng 6 na workbook. So yung x na to, mapapalitan ng 6 para malaman po kung magkano talaga ang babayaran. So 150 times 6 plus 250 is equal to 1,150. This is the total fees na kailangan bayaran ng estudyante for 6 workbooks. Number 10. A school charges 240 pesos for each workbook purchased. In addition, a fixed processing fee of 300 pesos is added to the total cost. Let g of x represent the cost of the workbooks and f of x represent the total amount to be paid. Determine the total amount a student will pay for 10 workbooks by evaluating this. So evaluate po natin. At ang input po natin ay g of x. And our g of x is 240x. Ipapasok ito sa x plus 300 to get 240x plus 300. Since bumili yung estudyante ng 10 workbooks, yung x magiging 10. 10 times 240 plus 300 is equal to 2,700. Ito po ang babayaran ng estudyante for 10 workbooks. Number 11. Consider the relation, determine whether the relation is a function or not. Explain your answer by identifying the inputs and outputs that support your conclusion. So, domain na po ang hahanapin natin. So, ano ang domain ng relation na to? We have -4, -5, -7, and -9. The question is, umulit ba yung elements ng x? Hindi. This is a function. How about the outputs? The outputs are 4, -5, 7, and -9. That is the range. Okay lang po kahit umulit yung range. Okay, it does not affect that this relation is a function. Ang titignan lang po natin ay domain. Number 12. How about this relation? So the domain is 1, 2, and 3. Is there any repetition of element under x? Yes, meron, and that is 2. Since meron pong umulit na element sa x values, this is not a function. 13. Using the table of values on the right, determine the domain of the function. Determine the range and explain why the value appears only once in the range even though it appears twice as an output. So yung domain po natin ay atong x value. And that is, ano yung, okay, domain po natin ay -3, -1, 2. Meron bang umulit na elements? Wala. Okay, ito yung domain. This is a function. How about for the range? What is the range? Okay, so what is the range? The range is 5 and 2 only. Is there any repetition of y? Yes, there is. Okay, regardless kung may repetition or not, this is still a function. Okay? So again, yung domain po natin ay negative 3, negative 1, 2. And our range is 5, 2. 5 and 2 lang. No need to repeat. Now the question is, why the value 2 appears only once in the range? Ito, isa lang. Even though it appears twice as an output, dalawang beses. So regardless kung ilang beses man mag-a-appear, pagdating sa range po, sinusulat po siya only once. Okay? Regardless kung madami sila. 14. This is the graph. The question is, does the graph represent a function and justify your answer using vertical line test? If the given is a graph, we will apply vertical line test para malaman if it is a function or not. Now, the question is, paano malalaman if the graph is a function? Kung gagamit po tayo ng pencil, then i-roll over po natin sa graph at mag-i-intersect po yung pencil na yun once on the graph, and then it is a function. Pero pag dalawang beses or more than one nag-intersect po yung pencil sa graph natin, then it is not a function. So dito sa ellipse na to, kung dito magro-roll po yung pencil, it will intersect once. Pero pagdating sa gitna, it will intersect twice. So sabi natin, if the pencil intersects more than once, sa graph po natin, it is not a function. So number 14 is not a function. Because hindi lang po isa, kundi dalawang beses nag-intersect yung pencil sa ating graph. Last number. A student claims that the graph represents a function because it is a smooth curve. Do you agree with the student's claim? Explain your answer using the vertical line test. Same process, vertical line test or pencil test. Kung dito tayo titingin, isang beses lang. Pero pagdating dito sa area na to, dalawang beses mag-intersect yung vertical line at yung graph na to. Since it intersects more than once, it is not a function anymore. So, do you agree with this claim? And the answer is no. Regardless kung smooth curve siya, if it intersects more than once, the vertical line intersects more than once sa ating graph, it is no longer a function. So that's it for Calculus Part 2. Good luck and